Right, hello everybody. Saying hi from Montreal, Canada. So I finally arrived, and I'm excited to be here. I was picked up from the airport by one and only Andres Pineda. So exciting! I finally got to see the inventive offices. So all the good stuff, and so now I'm finally on the Airbnb, and so it's time to implement the second set of puzzles for Advent of Code. So let's get started on that. I will open fork and we will get started right away. Today I'm not doing it as a live coding session because the connection here is not that fast for uploads. So I will just pre-record this and then publish it as a video on YouTube. So we have day 2. I will open up Visual Studio and let's get started on reading this. So today's puzzle is about a rock, paper, scissors game. So essentially we will be playing rock, paper, scissors. And what do we get as an input is encrypted strategy guide. So the first column is what the opponent is going to play. And the second column is unclear. So for the second column, there will be X, Y, Z. So in the first column, A is rock, B is paper, C is scissors. And in the second column, the same thing is for X, Y, Z. So the columns will be different, but will mean the same thing essentially. And the winner is the person with highest score. So you get score for the shape selected. So 1 is rock, 2 is paper, 3 is scissors. And secondly, the result of the round. So 0 for loss, 3 for a draw, and 6 for winning. So basically for this strategy guide, it's telling us that in the first round, it's rock versus paper. So paper wraps rock and we win, which means 6 points plus 2 for paper. Second round, paper rock, so we lose. And the third one is both have the same thing, C and Z. And our goal is to calculate the total score if we go exactly by the schedule here and there. So let's try to do that now. We'll create a new project. It's going to be a console app. It's going to be day 2, 1. It is the naming convention that I used. And let's put it on standard time support with .NET 7. Let's get it created. And I will just again copy the basics so I don't have to write them again. Make sure that input file is set to be content file. So it should be a content file. Copy if newer. And for now the output is not necessary. So let's see. I will just start with this simple input. So we test how it works, and then I will try the actual real one. So what we will need is to have an enum. So shapes be rock, paper and scissors. And in this order, it means that the shape beats the one that's before it in the order. So paper beats rock, scissors beats paper, and rock beats scissors if we take it as a loop, as a cycle. And now we will first write something that reads the we'll read the input and evaluate it at the same time. So I will create a total score long, and we will calculate it as we go. So what we do want is to have some methods here. So one will calculate round score, and the input will be shape elf, shape elf, shape us. We, or how it opponent. That's fine, probably. So technically, what we can do is we first need to score the shape itself. So get shape score. And it's quite easy to get the shape score because the score of the shape is the value of that enum +1, because it's rock is 1, paper is 2, scissors is 3, so 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 2, +1 is the actual value. So this will give us the score, shape score, and and now we get to see if we won, we got a draw, or we lost. So if opponent equals we, so there's a draw, we return. So let's see, var round score. And so the default would be draw. Let's see. The default will be draw, and if the shapes are different, then it's not draw, and we will have to see if we lost or we won. And to see if we won, we need to say so result will be shape score and round score. And if the shapes are not the same, then we won only in the case that our shape is directly after the shape of our opponents. So int index is fine, opponent shape index, and we won only if opponent's shape index is equal to ours -1, and this needs to be in a loop, in a cycle. So it means that for rock, which is 0, we need to make sure that scissors is the winner. Or maybe let's do it like this. So R equals opponent shape index +1, and we will use modulo operator. So we like loop back to the beginning. So if opponent has scissors, it means that +1 will be 3, and we will loop back to 0. And if this is true, then we won, and we set round score to 6, and otherwise round score is 0. Well, technically, just to make it simpler, we can do this. So this should score a round, and now we will just do something like, well, console read line, console in read line async is a string line. So we have a line input. We'll first read it, so we'll split the line by space. So parse. What is this? Why is it complaining? Oh, right, because we didn't await it. So for the first part will be the opponent's choice. So opponent shape, which will be equal to shape like this. This will give us. This will convert the value of that. What is that? Right, because we cannot. Right, because this is the first part's first character. Like this is correct. Our shape. So this will be the first, the second character, first character of that second row, and we'll do -x. So now we have our shape and the opponent's shape. So we'll do total score plus equals, calculate round score, opponent shape, our shape. And when we are done with all that, we will write line, or let's do it like this, out write line async, so it's properly written, and we will do total score and to string. And that should be all. So let's see if this works for the basic input. So we run it. The app is running. What is happening? Not sure what happened. It got frozen. Visual Studio got frozen, but it seems like it's finished. So let's see. Element of code. All right. Output. The score is 15, which seems to be matching the expected value here. So now, just log in. Now let's get the actual input. This is frozen for some reason. I'll just kill Visual Studio. And task. Okay, so Visual Studio is turned off. I can actually run it here as locally. So let's do that. Maybe it's gonna be easier. But we'll still need Visual Studio. So didn't close completely. Dev hunt task. Okay. So what is the name of the day? Oh, Yeah, right. .NET they put txt. Why cannot we do it like pipe in? That should work. Well, let's run it here. Okay, and just rename this because it's confusing. Then let's see. So let's see what's the output value. 14,000. That's quite a lot. But there's a lot of lines, so it might be correct. And it is correct. Good. So we have the part 1 of the puzzle, and now let's see the part 2. So the second column doesn't mean the shape, but it means the outcome of that round. So in this case, we need to adjust the code a little to account for that. I'll create a new for the console app, day 2, 2. Let's see. How do we adjust that code so that it's easy? So just close this. 2. So now instead of round, this is the outcome. So what is that? X means lose, Y means draw, and Z means win. I'll make an enum for it so it's easier to read. So enum route outcome win, draw, and loss. And or is it, oh, X means lose, so the order has to be loss, draw, and win. Now outcome will be converted from round outcome parts 1, 0 minus X. So we just convert the input to an outcome value, and now we will have round outcome here. So we now can easily score the outcome. So round score equals, now the values were 0 for loss, 3 for draw, and 6 for win. So it means that we go like this. So the enum value multiplied by 3. So that will give us the round score. And now shape score. Shape score so if the outcome is a draw, then the shape score must be equal to the opponent. So right, and the value, yeah, right. So if the outcome is draw, then shape score is equal get shape score opponent. If we have it's a long, but it can be int, just whatever. The values are not that big. that it warrants long anyway. So it's so if it's a draw, then the shape score is equal to opponent score. Then if outcome equals win, so if we won, it means that our shape is one higher than the opponent's. So our shape is +1 modulo 3 shape score. This is kind of ugly, but it works, I guess. So it's opponent score modulo 3 converted to shape, and it gives you, well, technically the get shape score method could be inlined. It's not really necessary to have it like this complicated, but whatever. So shape score equals like this. And finally, if we lost, then our shape was one lower than the opponent. So it's not like that. It's actually, this is a good suggestion on the part of Copilot, because one lower means two further, basically. So it's the last remaining shape out of the three. So this is the same shape, this is the next shape, and this is the second next shape. So that makes sense, and this should be all good now. So now we have shape score plus round score, and we get the result. And that should be all that we need. So let's see what happens. The input of that, why is that the old input? Plus input, so like this, just put it here for completeness, and this one is correct, and here we put this, and let's run it. So now let's see what is the result. Okay, so it's lower number, which makes sense. Yeah, it should be different. And yeah, it was correct. So that seems to be it for the second day of the advent of code. Nice day with Mastodon as a share target now. So that's cool. All right, so we have the second day finished, and next day starts in 9 hours. So I will be probably recovering from the jet lag. So I'm not sure when I will get to this one, but so far so good. And I'm looking forward to the next one. So see you in the next video. I'm not sure if I will be live streaming it again or just posting the video as a video on YouTube, but we will see each other definitely. So have a great remainder of the Friday, and see you in the next Advent of Code video.